Alright, Last of Us fans, let's talk Joel's death. Honestly, the show might have done it better than the game. Mostly. It was nearly perfect. But the aftermath, that's where it stumbled. And fans are definitely split on this one. But was it as bad as the game fans revolting after Joel died? Say what you want, but Joel's actual death scene was powerful, brutal, shocking, emotionally raw, and way more grounded than the game's version. They nailed the pacing, the tension, and the heartbreak. But everything that came after, that's where it started to feel off. I mean, even going back to the end of the previous episodes, Season 2, Episode 3, and this is right after Joel actually dies. Starting off with Ellie crawling to be next to Joel, thinking she's also going to die, but wanting to die next to Joel. Awesome, nothing to fix, perfect as is. But her initial reaction, seeing Joel die, was somewhat muted. At least it wasn't as gut-wrenching as it could have been. It was solid, but not 100%. Some of it is really a matter of performance. Although Bella Ramsey had standout moments in that scene, some parts were just not there. Then seeing Joel's body dragged back to Jackson, that was an amazing addition that they nailed. I'm almost mad the game didn't follow that scene. But then we get to episode 3, the farewell to Joel, and that's where things start to go south. One of the best moments in the episode though was Tommy washing Joel's body. Quiet, respectful, heartbreaking. And that line, "Give Sarah my love," after he saw the watch on his wrist, chills. It was such a beautiful callback. But they missed a golden opportunity. We never actually see Tommy hearing the news about Joel's death. Imagine Tommy breaking down, not believing it at first, going numb, even showing his kid struggling to understand that Uncle Joel is gone. It could have added layers of emotional realism. And then we get to the big issue, that 3-month time jump. I get it, it was meant to show Ellie specifically healing. And honestly, I actually liked that we saw Ellie still carrying the pain, the actual pain, even after time passed. It made her grief and her healing more real and realistic. She wasn't magically okay, and that made it more emotional. But skipping over her immediate reaction, that was jarring. They should have shown her still banged up, sneaking out to Joel's grave, ignoring everyone, barely standing, just mourning. That image alone would have hit way harder. But then we finally see her at the grave near the end of the episode, months later. And sure, the coffee beans were a beautiful touch, a nice callback to season 1, but the timing sucked the emotion out of it. It was too clean, too composed. We missed the messy grief that we should have got. And then, stepping back a bit, there's the scene with Ellie at Joel's house. This could have been a tearjerker. In the game, that moment broke people. In the show, it felt muted again. They gave us fragments of what could have been a powerful character moment, but they didn't really dive as deep as they needed to with it. The only one that really stood out was Ellie smelling Joel's clothes and crying. That was the only moment that really hit. But it was so quick, and it was like the only moment that they really did with Ellie in the house. But then Dina interrupts, and it just ends. Like it interrupted the flow of the emotional intensity ride they were taking us on. My final thoughts. Here's my take. Joel's death done mostly better in the show than the game. Especially the execution. Not his execution, I mean the execution of how they had everything go and the pacing leading up to his death. But The aftermath, that's where it felt rushed, safe, and missed so many emotional opportunities. It had potential to be devastating, but instead it was just okay. But what do you think? Was the aftermath disappointing, or did the show handle it better than we give it credit for? Drop your thoughts below, and as always, don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe to join our community, and press the bell to be notified when I upload on the channel. That's it for this video. See you next time for another super video.